It happened. Don't hide. Come on. There he is. See? You can't see me. Wave to the people. You turned the color of your sweater, I think.
Cash back? Oh, I gotta tell everyone. Hey, Rita, you can earn 3% on dining, including takeout.
Bon appetit.
Hey, Kim, you earn 5% on travel purchase through Chase.
Hello.
That was a funny one. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Because I know the volume goes in and out. We've been having some technical difficulties. Okay, cool. There we go. You're looking good. Thank you. Appreciate it. But I demand to speak to Bitcoin's manager. So Anna, you want to go ahead? I know you had some questions you wanted to talk about, Anna. I can now read your chat. So let's do this, Anna. How do you pronounce that? Anna Yeli? Anna Yeli? Anna Yeli? I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, cool. Type away. Let's answer your questions. Ask and you shall receive. I demand to speak with Bitcoin's manager. I'm just making some tea if you guys hear the noise in the background. Oh, okay, so the COVID relief loan while receiving financial aid, that is kind of complex. I actually do not know. Your stitches are taking over my feed. Yeah, I don't know because I'm not on financial aid, so I have no clue. I guess the best way you can do to figure that out is you're gonna have to call the SBA. No, I don't live in New York. I live in California. Hey, so Adam Smith, are my stitches good or bad? Be honest. Are my stitches funny or do they suck? You just pull out money whenever you want. So when you deposit the $2,000 into Interactive Brokers, depending on what quality of stocks you buy, that's how you pull out the money. So what will happen is, let's just say you buy $2,000 of Amazon. When you go to withdraw, it'll say how much cash you can pull out, and that's basically a loan on your stocks, if that makes sense. So if you have 2K, what I would do is just, buy like some Apple stock to test it out. Buy like $100 of Apple stock, and you should hypothetically be able to get $50 of like, you could borrow $50, and yeah, so that's how it works. But definitely once you use Interactive Brokers and you're able to pull the loan out and do all that stuff, maybe we should like have you come back on the live stream and explain it to other people. Okay, I'm going to Seattle. No, I don't own the Voyager coin. I think what's it called has the best way to get a loan on your crypto. Shoot, what is it called? I don't recommend getting loans on your crypto, but Celsius, there you go. Celsius, I think, is the best way, but I haven't done it myself, so I don't know if Celsius charges like a bunch of fees. But don't do Blockify. Blockify was like the biggest waste of money. I regret getting my crypto loan on Blockify. The easiest loan to get on cryptos is Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's the easiest crypto to get a loan. And yeah, I don't own the Voyager coin. I don't see the reason to invest in the Voyager coin. I'd rather buy the other real cryptos. But you never know. The Voyager coin could get a pump. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you know anything about starting your own business, LLCs, vehicles, write-offs? Yeah, but you're gonna have to talk to a CPA because every state is different. So if you're gonna want to start doing the business, the LLC, I would talk to a CPA. If you want to use my tax guy, all you have to do is Google Joe Eagle Taxes. Joe Eagle, like the bird, and taxes. That's my tax guy. If you want, hit him up, and I'm pretty sure he can give you good CPA advice. Thoughts on my crypto market? I'm buying. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys want to watch me, I'll buy some Bitcoin on this live stream. If it'll entertain you guys, I'll buy right now $100 of Bitcoin. Maybe $100 of Ethereum too. But I believe so because he's also in Colorado. And I think he can do taxes in Washington, but just hit him up. So I'm buying a lot of tech stocks. I bought Zillow, I bought Airbnb, I bought Redfin. So I really like the real estate tech stocks. And I'm also buying the chip makers, AMD. Yes, I use Robinhood here. Do I recommend using Robinhood here if you guys want to see? See, I use Robinhood. But I'm using Interactive Brokers more because Robinhood is not as good of a deal when it comes to borrowing. Interactive Brokers is better, but I still have my money on Robinhood, but I'm doing most of my purchases on Interactive Brokers. When am I coming up to Seattle? First week of June. I'll do a live stream. So since 2017, so there's really just one bust in the beginning of 2018. So I know there's other crypto cycles like in 2014, but yeah, I wasn't investing in crypto. Most of my investing from 2010 to 2015 was real estate. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey. Why is it? I'm putting on CNBC. I'm just gonna see what the suits are talking about.
The tech trade. We'll debate your money with the investment committee today. Joining me for the hour.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to good weather in Seattle. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I will definitely do a live stream so you'll know when I'm in Seattle. And if you want to meet up for coffee, let me know. I'll meet anyone on TikTok for coffee. If you're nice enough to follow me, I'll come visit you in your home city if I'm randomly traveling there. So they're talking about Walmart. Is Walmart down today? No, it's up $3. Man, I wish I bought more Walmart. I bought a little bit. Dang it. I knew Walmart was a good stock too. It's so hard to predict it. I think so. And if it's not Elon Musk, it's his homies. Because he could get in trouble, you know, if he's acquiring Bitcoin and he's dumping but he might be telling his homies like, yo, buy some Bitcoin. So I think Elon Musk might be, he might be hustling. Did you go through the bear market? So yeah, I did go through the crypto bear market, and basically the best thing I did was not sell. So Bitcoin was like 20,000. It went down to like 3,000. It didn't happen like right away. Like it went from 20,000 to 10,000, and then it went up and down between 10,000 and 5,000. I didn't sell any of it. I just held. Is that how much crypto I have? No, this is mostly stocks. That's mostly stocks. I think it's like 10 grand crypto and like 190 grand stocks. I wish I put 200 grand in crypto. I would have been doing much better. Why MRO? I like Carnival, but why MRO? And by the way, Jolly, if you're available to do another live stream, let me know. You're very popular. They were like, have Jolly come back on. So, I don't know if you're available, but definitely would like to have you come back on and talk more stocks and crypto. Coinbase is really cheap right now, guys. Coinbase at $245. Wait, buy some. I wouldn't buy Bank of America. Buy Coinbase. Marathon Gas. Yeah, MRR. My brother likes Marathon Gas. Decline. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Jolly, are you available to do a double live? They're talking about Macy's. CNBC. They're talking about Macy's stock. Yeah. I agree with Meet Kevin, man. I agree. I think you could get Ethereum under $2,000, but I think, oh man, the SBA loan is giving you a headache. But I think Ethereum, you can't time the market, so I think as soon as Ethereum goes under 3,000, I would just buy a little bit every day. I think Ethereum under 3,000 is a good deal. I agree with you on VeChain. It's a good long-term hold, but I would diversify. All right, cool guys. In 10 minutes, we'll have Jolly come on the live stream. So we'll ask Jolly about VeChain. I've never heard of Gate.io exchange. I've never heard of that. But I do have some news. Did anyone here watch my double live with Crypto Dingle? And he was showing me websites that pay you 7% on Ethereum. When do you think the bull market will end? I don't think it's going to end because of interest rates. If they raise the interest rates, I think that's when the bull market will end. So, do you guys know what interest rates are? And do you know what the Federal Reserve is? Gate.io, good low fees. Okay, Smart Key, I've never heard of it. So if you want to tell me more about Smart Key, I would love. Possibly, but to be honest, it's cheap, dude. Coinbase is cheap. Buy a little bit. Hopefully you can buy fractional shares of Coinbase. What I would tell you is just buy $10 today, buy $10 tomorrow, and just slowly average into Coinbase. Where do I buy XRP? KuCoin. If you click on my profile link, I have a link to KuCoin. You can buy it. Voyager code. It's on my link tree, the Voyager code. But here, I'll change it. You want the... There you go. That's my Voyager code. Can you share your Robinhood portfolio? I would rather share my Merrill Lynch because I do a lot of like speculative trading on Robinhood. Like I buy a lot more spec stocks. On my Merrill Lynch, I have my like solid like core portfolio. So if you want, I can show it to you. I'll just tell you right now. It's Tesla, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon. Yeah. I wish I could do that. $9 per transaction fee? Why are you paying $9 per transaction fee? I feel most money in crypto is for people that don't care about. But I'm just telling you, the crypto bull run will not end as long as the Federal Reserve keeps interest rates low. If you don't understand that, just ask more questions on this live stream and I'll try to explain how the Federal Reserve controls interest rates that control the price of investments. Yeah, show long term. What's the link? What's the link to what? People say to buy whole. No, you want to buy fractional shares. Because then you're at a huge disadvantage. If you want to invest in Amazon and it's 3.5 grand, it doesn't make sense. If your portfolio is only 5 grand, you don't want to put 3.5 grand into Amazon. So you need to use fractional shares. Anyone that is against fractional shares, they don't understand. They don't understand math and they don't understand diversification. But if you do have, for example, $100,000 to invest, then you don't really need fractional shares. But most of us don't have 100 grand. Yeah, dude, this is why I do the lives, man. Your lives are what got me into crypto and stocks. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, man, I really hope that you guys like spread the message too. Like, I like think of me as like a virus. I got you to like invest. So infect other people that you care for, people that work really hard and then all of a sudden they have no money because, you know, their money's gone or whatever. But everyone here should learn how to use some of their money to invest, and hopefully as you get older you don't have to work as hard. Tax-free, bro, it's a Canada thing. Where do you recommend to buy Bitcoin and other cryptos? So Coinbase Pro is a good way to buy it. Coinbase Pro, not Coinbase. Voyager, there's no fees, so up here. Blockify, there's no fees. And then I also like Gemini, but you have to use Gemini Active Trader so you can pay less in fees. Yes, Polkadot is a go. And if you follow me on TikTok, I even recommend Polkadot. Is Bitcoin going to come back? Yes, because I'm buying it. I'm going to keep buying it until it goes back. Where to put 5,000 right now? 1,000 Bitcoin, 1,000 Ethereum, 1,000 Apple, 1,000 Google, and 1,000 Palantir. What do you think of Polygon? I have no clue what Polygon is. Can you tell me more? What platform do you trade crypto? Here we go. Voyager, Blockify. I also like Gemini, and I also like Coinbase, but you have to use Coinbase Pro, so you pay way less in fees, and you want to use Gemini Active Trader, so you pay way less in fees. All right, so let's talk about CNBC. Have you guys heard of Skills? The stock Skills, SKILLZ. Nice. No, but that's cool, man. The stock yield program, 50K minimum. Don't worry, man, you'll get there. So that's cool that you opened up an Interactive Brokers account. Your goal should be get $100,000 on Interactive Brokers. You can borrow at 1%. So like that's really cool, Lame, that you got the Interactive Brokers. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to build serious wealth, you're going to want to use Interactive Brokers. No one can beat Interactive Brokers. You're the best of TikTok. Thank you so much, man. Comments like that really like make me happy. So thank you for the best of TikToks. How many reps of 315 did you do yesterday? 1. No, I'm just kidding. 3. I did 3 reps of 315. What are your thoughts on Ethereum? It could go to 5,000. It could go to 1,000. That's how crypto is. So you got to be ready to buy the dip. And if you don't own any Ethereum, you want to buy a little bit right now, just so that way if it goes to 5,000, at least you have a little bit. What stocks and crypto do you recommend to buy right now? I like Bitcoin. I like Ethereum. I like Cardano. I like Chainlink. I like Polkadot. I like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. For stocks, I really like AMD, the chip maker. If you can get Facebook under 300, I think it's good. Airbnb is really cheap right now. I love Airbnb. I've never heard of Mana, so maybe you can tell me more about it. Oh, VTI is a great stock, guys. VTI and VOO. If you're going to buy VTI, make sure you buy VOO because the management fee is lower. But thank you, Marios, that's a good stock, VTI. No, don't sell your Ethereum. Don't sell your Ethereum. Do not sell your Ethereum. You hodl your Ethereum. Cardano. I don't know what ITOT is. I've never heard of it. Mana, it's a digital land. Yeah, I don't do any of that. Sorry. Hey, nerd, if you're available for a double live, let me know. I would love to talk to you. Do you recommend buying Dogecoin? What's the price? I recommend Dogecoin under 25 cents. If you can get Dogecoin for under 25 cents. Okay. So if you can buy it on Coinbase, I think it's a legitimate project. Coinbase does a good job of not having any scam coins. So if you can buy it on Coinbase, it's probably a legit crypto. Mana is a crypto? Okay. Thank you for the bless you. Nerd, are you available to do a double live? I have ITOT in my Roth. What is that? What is ITOT? I don't know what that is. I can grab my phone and look it up. My phone's charging, but I can look it up. Yeah, I don't know about Dogecoin at 47 cents. Maybe buy like $10. But I like Dogecoin under 25 cents. Check it out. It went crazy. Okay, ITOT. I will check it out maybe in the later. Okay, I'm hoping Jolly will come on the live stream soon. But we'll see. I do have a YouTube channel. I do. I'm going to put the live stream. I actually forgot to put in the live stream from yesterday, so I will be putting up both today's live stream and yesterday's live stream on YouTube. No, I don't sell in bear markets because you can just wait. If you don't need the money, or if you know how to borrow on your stocks, it's better to just wait. Even if the market is crashing, just wait. There's always like a little, like, you know, even if it's going down, there's a point where the market will go up for a little bit. Like, wait for like 2 consecutive green days, and if you want to sell a little bit, go ahead. But I prefer to just hold unless it's like a really crappy stock. If it's a really crappy stock or really crappy crypto, then yeah, cut your losses. But I try not to buy any crappy stocks so I can hold it when everyone's selling. But it's just discipline, man. I mean, it sucks, but if it makes you feel better, sell like a really small amount, like maybe $5-10 worth. What others you recommend investing in? Okay, let's talk about that. So let's talk about stocks. I really like Nvidia. Have you guys heard of Nvidia? I'm a big fan of Nvidia. Another stock I'm looking at, you guys are gonna laugh, El Pollo Loco. Loco? I like El Pollo Loco, man. It's healthy. For crypto, I stick to the big boys. I stick to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink. What's the other one? Yeah, El Pollo Loco is publicly traded, dude. I'm gonna buy some. Dude, I love El Pollo Loco and it's healthy. Yeah. Loco is the ticker. And it's a cheap stock, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna take over. You know, like Breaking Bad. You know, Pollos Hermanos. Where do you recommend to learn more about stocks? Meet Kevin. I like Meet Kevin on YouTube. He's running for governor of California, so if you guys are looking to donate, please donate to Meet Kevin. I'm buying. I'm not waiting for a further dip, just because what I'm doing is, let's just say I want to invest $2,000 into Bitcoin, right? Let's just say I want to invest $1,000, right? So what I'm going to do is, at least right now, I'm going to spend at least $100 to $200 just in case if the dip doesn't go down anymore. But I still have $800 to keep buying. Yeah, those are all good ones. Bitcoin, Cardano. I would get Chainlink. I don't see Chainlink. I think Chainlink is really good. No, I don't think we're headed to a meatless society though, dude. No one can stay vegetarian. All right.
Hey guys.
Hello. How you doing? Welcome. I like your background. Cool background.
Thanks. Awesome artist. I gotta have his name up here. But
So what's your thoughts
my
on
favorite.
Polygon? I've never. Do you own any Polygon? I don't own any Polygon. Do you?
No, I can't say I do. I'm pretty
Okay.
I want to say I'm pretty conservative when it comes to, like, I have some solar stock, mostly. What else? Oil, gas.
What's your
Gaming.
ratio? What's your ratio of crypto versus stock? Like, what percent are you
I think you
stocks? What
asked me
percent
this
are you?
yesterday. So, I think we determined that it was like 20. No, wait. Sorry, correction. I'm pretty evenly distributed there.
You're 50/50,
And I do
so
options.
okay.
Yeah.
No, these are just people asking for me. So yeah, I don't do any options right now. I'm not an option person. I just go long. And for me personally, I'm like 80% stocks, 20% crypto, even though I wish I was 50/50 crypto.
By luck,
Have
I
you
became 50. I was just like, oh,
have you
okay. Don't know
have
what I'm
you
doing,
invested
but I'm
in,
doing. Sorry? Huh?
have you invested in BlackRock? Have you heard of the stock or the company BlackRock?
No,
Their fund?
okay, so where I worked before, yes, yes, I have, but through my job, actually.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. What are your thoughts on gold? Do you think gold will have another bull market, or do you hold any gold?
So I hold physical gold, not stocks and
Nice.
not stocks and bonds, but physical gold. Yeah.
How did you get your
I
physical gold?
say again.
How did you get your physical gold? Where'd you go to get your physical gold?
Oh, so my mom owns a pawn shop, and I think I kind of like talked to you about that, and yeah. So
That's
over
so
the years,
cool.
I've just been like, oh, this is a nice piece. I'll keep this one. This is heavy.
So how do I get in the pawn shop business? Does your mom want to open up one in California?
Man,
We'll do
so
crypto
the pawn
loans.
shop is absolutely amazing. So I actually turned her on to it because I was actually getting a lot of my side financing from there. I'd be like, yeah, I need just a couple $1,000s. I'll get back to you guys on Wednesday. Made a couple friends that, own pawn shops. And then I was like, why don't we own a pawn shop? I looked at how much they were making on the guns and everything. Definitely a lucrative business, especially if you get like your FLL license, which I'm a holder in Florida. I don't know what the laws are in Cali, but Florida's not as strict as most states, so I would definitely recommend looking into your state's laws.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So they're saying the best way to get physical gold is through Dubai. They're saying if you want to get cheap physical gold, you want to go to Dubai. Have you been to
Yeah,
Dubai?
there's also Venezuela, there's, Colombia. I mean, it all depends on how you really want to obtain your gold. Do you want to go to jail for it? There's Nigeria too. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get gold. I would recommend, I don't know, if they know something that I don't know, that's great. Yeah. So a lot of people have been like, oh, I could bring these pounds of gold, and they show me pictures and diamonds, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. I'm good. I like
What do you
my
think?
freedom.
What do you think of AMC stock? I actually own 1,000 shares of AMC, but I bought it at $3, and I'm holding it just because I like the movies, and I also bought Cinemark. But what are your thoughts on AMC?
To go there and watch a movie?
Yeah, I went actually. They're open in California, and what sucks
Oh
is,
yeah.
do you have Costco? Do you have a Costco pass or no? Do you use Costco?
Possible.
I bought their movie
I
tickets. I bought like it's like you buy 10 tickets up front, and it's like only $10 or $8. So when they shut down the movies, I was so pissed because I had all these like movie tickets, and if AMC had gone out of business, I would have lost like on my Costco purchase. But I think Costco would
I
have probably refunded me. But I still have those movie passes.
Yeah, so I'm curious with like the pandemic and everything happening, how they're going about like refunding a lot of people and like stuff that they've already purchased and had like a time frame. People are like, "Oh yeah, I can use it until like June," and I'm like, "That's not really fair." But yeah, that's awesome that you've gotten to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple tickets left, and if they don't let me, I definitely will hit up Costco. Costco's really cool. They'll usually take anything back as a refund, so I'm not worried about it, but
I didn't know
we'll
that.
see.
Yeah, I didn't know that they do that. That's awesome. Yeah, I know
Yeah, what
my
about the
grandma
stock?
goes to the other
What do
one.
you think of
What's it
Costco, the
called?
stock?
Oh, so I haven't really looked at Costco, the stock. Is it happening? Should I check it out?
Check out Costco and Walmart. I think they're going to be two huge companies, and I think you can get into Target too. I think Costco, Target, and Walmart, it's just like, it's safe. You know what I mean? Because like if you're gonna be buying like risky cryptos, I do feel like you can kind of like take on less risk with a Costco or Walmart. So
Correct. So back like a year ago, I think I definitely held Walmart for a short term and sold it, and Target I definitely made some good money off of Target stocks. So I kind of already flipped that like
do
a
you
bit ago.
regret selling it? Because isn't the price higher now than when you sold it?
I think I sold it. Yeah, no, for sure. Like but then again, like I always think about it and I'm like, no, because I would have made about the same and I had fun like trading and doing stuff like that. So it's it's a random
But
luck thing, you know. It
what
doesn't.
about your taxes? Because like when you sell it, you have to pay those taxes.
So I think we talked about this yesterday. I kind of took a hit yesterday, just so I could write it off because I was like, okay, well, I want to do something else. So I mean, yeah, I know. I calculated so that I have, a good hit margin if I'm gonna sell something impulsively. I'm like, yeah, I could just sell this.
Okay, but
So
what do you think of my trading method of just buying and holding and not selling, especially if it's like a Walmart, Costco, or Target?
so I do have my stocks that I haven't touched since like forever ago. So I do have different things that I'm like, okay, I'm not touching this one. I'm keeping this one. I do that. I do that. I'm not always so impulsive.
Okay, this is a good question. I want to ask you this question. I actually like this question. If you could buy one stock and hold it for 20 years, what would it be? And I guess let's just go say crypto too. What crypto are you going to hold for 20 years and what stock are you going to hold for 20 years?
I should have listened to my mom. Actually, she's really, really smart. I'm glad she's not listening. She told me a while ago to buy. She's been in the travel agency for her whole life, and she told me to buy RCL last year and I didn't listen. And yeah, so I think I would be in like the cruising industry. I've never seen like a major impact to the cruising agency. So I definitely have to say something around those lines.
Okay.
As far as crypto goes, I mean, there's so many different ones coming in, leaving, pump and dumps. It's just like I don't really follow it that much for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be, holding on to this one forever. I know where you would be at. I know you'd say
Yes,
Bitcoin.
yes, yes.
We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I was talking to my sister about it the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, you got to be careful." And she's like, "Bitcoin's gonna be here forever." So, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. XRP is definitely one that I'm holding on to, and I wish I would have bought it when my friends bought it, like when it was like less than a fraction of something. Like it was like, "Come on, buy this thing," and I'm like, "What is that?" But so yeah, XRP would probably be one of my long-term holds.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I wouldn't get married to one stock or one crypto because I think
Okay.
diversification. It's like the antithesis of my TikToks. I'm always like YOLO Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, it's going to free. But that's more me just being like a joker, right? So if it is long term, I still really do like Bitcoin, but once again, I would consider having some Ethereum and some Cardano. And then for
Okay.
stock, I would probably go with Amazon if I couldn't sell it for 20 years. But I also like Apple. I also like Google. And Apple and Google are close again. So that's why I would never ever get married to one stock. I really do feel like you should consider maybe having like seven stocks or seven
Right.
cryptos that you really, really like and maybe focus on like 14 investments total because I do feel like because I don't know about you, but I own a lot of like random stocks. But the reason I do it is for tax harvesting. That's the only reason I
Yeah.
have a bunch of different stocks. But like, there's usually 7 to 14 stocks that I'm never gonna sell, and the rest of the stocks that I own, it's more for just like if they go red, I sell them so I don't have to pay taxes.
Right, absolutely. And see, I feel like at one point I was way too over diversified, and I really believe like unless you're doing this on a daily basis and you could focus on it, definitely don't. Some guy in my chat from my group was like, yeah, I hold like 90 different over 90 different stocks, and I'm like, okay, good for you, like that's awesome. Like I'm holding on to like 30 different ones and I'm going flipping crazy because I'm like, do I sell? Do I buy? Do I buy more? Do I sell more? Like, so I can't, yeah, I'm like you. I can only do
Yeah,
so much with stocks and crypto at one
yeah,
time.
yeah. I think that magic number is like 15, 14, and then if you're gonna do more, you should definitely consider like at least having 50% or 60% in like that 10 to 15 stocks, and then you can go and like diversify. And but yeah, you want most of your holdings concentrated so that way you're not like but
Yeah,
now
definitely. Floating.
this is a good this is a good question. I've never heard of this stock. WCRU. Have you heard of the stock WCRU? It's supposed to be green and anti-war. Yeah, let me look it up on my
Uh,
phone really quick. I'm gonna look
was
it
the
up on my
Evolve.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 second. I want to look it up because it seems like a cool stock. It's backed by a 11.6 billion portfolio. So hold on, I got my other phone right here. Let me look it up really quick. That's the nice thing about having two phones.
I feel like this background gave me a haircut.
No, I like
I feel
it.
like it's like a background, I feel like a haircut or something. I'm like, oh my god.
No, that's a cool
I have,
peacock.
isn't
I want
it?
a pet
Okay, so
peacock.
oh my god, me too. So the artist definitely gave me permission to use their artwork here as a background. Gosh, but their name is so. They're on TikTok actually. I convinced them to go on TikTok. I just gotta remember his name. It's so long. He's one of my friends on TikTok. So if you guys are interested in the painting, it's six. I believe it's like 6 by 15. It's like ridiculously large, and he spent over 250 hours painting it. So I want to buy it. I'm like,
So yeah, this is like a fundraiser through crypto. They're trying to raise like $10 million. They have like a 50-cent token, $10 minimum. So I just looked it up. It's interesting, but it's like a new crypto project. So
okay.
um,
So it's kind of like
it's a
making a crypto or something,
it's a
like
security
developing.
token. It's a security
Oh, okay.
token by UG Pay Group. This is like a new like I learned so much when I come on these live streams. There's so many different investments. Like it's hard
Absolutely.
to like I'm definitely learning every time I come on this live stream because there's so many. And I guess it's like an ETF crypto. So by buying it, you basically have like an ETF of cryptos. I don't know, man. This is complicated stuff.
That sounds really interesting. Like
Yeah.
very cool. I'm gonna write that
Yeah.
down. If I had
Yeah,
something.
here. Take a screenshot if you want or yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
WCRW. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
WCRW. That's what it's called. That's interesting.
W like whiskey, golf,
Yeah,
unicorn.
Whiskey Charlie Ryan Unicorn.
Okay.
Whiskey Charlie Ryan Unicorn has 2 billion shares.
Ryan would be happy that you added his name to the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's like, I can't go live. I'm like, oh.
Wait,
He's like,
he's
I'm
still
just
banned?
stopping. Yeah, till
He's
Thursday.
No, he should get unbanned. Why did he get banned?
I don't know. It's just like, oh, we'll
Oh.
miss you. But, then he's just like, yeah, same, ditto. He was just like,
Okay,
gotta
well you got to
go.
cover for him. You got to cover for his audience. Yeah, I think
That's
you're
what I'm
you're you're like, we've done this now twice, but you're pretty well versed in you've been investing for how long now?
Since, I mean, my whole life, as far as having stocks and bonds and things like that, but doing it myself since 2013.
Yeah. So you have a lot of experience. That's pretty good. And so like I try to tell people this, it's kind of like school, right? Like I feel like the first 4 years, it's like you're clueless, but by the fourth year, it becomes like your senior year. You kind of figure it out, and then it's like the same stuff happens over and over again.
This is true. You're gonna do the same thing you did in elementary, that you're gonna do in middle school, that you're gonna do in high school, that you're gonna do in college. Oh yeah, for sure. I keep telling my daughter that. I'm like, she's like, those are my notes from middle school. Why do I need those? And then I start reading off what's on it, and she's like, oh, that's what I'm doing now. Gimme. And I'm like, yeah, see. Oh,
That's
crazy that you just said that. So I found an accounting book. I have to send you screenshots of this. It's insane. I found this accounting book from like college back in my day. And, and literally, like, you'll see companies like Carnival, Nike, like, I'm just flipping through it, and I'm like, holy smokes. Like, every single Google's on there, like, every company that you should be into right now. Like, I'm like, what is this? I should pay attention. I just wanted my A, that's it. But yeah, it's pretty
But
neat.
I wonder what the
Pretty neat.
stock prices were. Like anyone here, look up the stock price of what like Google was in 2013. I wonder what it was.
Heck, I missed the train. And like Berkshire Hathaway, like just messing around last year, I bought some, I bought portions and stuff like that. And I was like, I wonder what, but I didn't hold on to it, of course. I was like, I'm literally wasting time and money. But then it went up like $200,000. So had I waited what I put into it, I'm like, why? I have no patience.
Yeah.
This Okay, so that's the only bad part of me being an investor, like in that, is that like I do it for fun. I would say I do it for fun, not for keeps, because like I'm so bad at holding. I'm the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
yesterday,
hilarious. Okay. So the
did you see
comment
when I took
that,
that week off? Huh?
no, what? Go ahead. So
Oh,
the
my
main
connection.
thing,
Go ahead.
okay, no worries. So the main thing, I love this comment. I want to read this comment. So the main thing is there's no timing the market. Just get in and hodl. I love that comment. That's a good comment. You can't really time the market.
And I know. I tried.
So just get in and hodl. And if you're gonna sell, you should do what she did. You sell your losers. You sell the stocks that are red because you get a tax deduction. And those green stocks, you hold them. Don't sell the green stocks. And if you need cash, you learn how to borrow. Do you do any margin? Do you borrow on your stocks or no? Jolly?
So I sometimes, like, if I'm like eager to buy something and everyone's like, "Oh, let's get into this," like I told you, I have like a group on Facebook that I kind of like, we talk stocks and stuff like that. So yeah, if they're like, "Hey, buy into this," they were talking about AMC for the last 2 months, and I didn't really go for that just because I'm trying not to be so spread out, but I'm definitely happy for them. They're like, they also have um HCMC. They talk about that a lot. I don't know if you've heard of
Oh,
it. Hellcat Motor Club.
no, I
Yeah,
haven't
so
heard of
they're
it.
into that. But either way, like it wouldn't be something that I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it unless I do get FOMO and I'm like, oh, I gotta buy. Then I'll do margin.
So when you use margin, what percentage do you pay? Like what's your percent of interest you pay on your margin?
It's super low. Like I didn't even. I think it's like I have no idea. It's like really low. I never
What's
looked
your
at the
broker?
amount.
What's your broker?
Who's my
Who's your broker? Yeah,
broker?
who do you use
So
to
I use
borrow your stock?
SafePoint. I used to use SafePoint and Wells Fargo. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So I Wells Fargo Advisors. So yeah, let's just say I don't use them anymore. I use T Row, T Row, and I use Robinhood,
Okay.
and I was gonna, mhm.
So I was gonna
I
say,
use
so
it.
Robinhood is the best because Robinhood, if you turn on gold, it's 2.5%. I don't think T Rowe, I don't think Wells
Okay,
Fargo, I don't think any of them. So yeah, check out Robinhood Gold. Have you ever used their option too? They show you the margin on your stock.
okay, sure. Yeah, I've
Have you
used
ever
their
done that
options.
or no?
Their margins. Yeah, yeah. I just never knew that it was 2.5. I was just like, yeah, it's like $5 a month or something like that. Yeah.
And
But
then
I
if you
don't
do
like
interactive,
huh?
I was going to tell you, if you do interactive brokers, I don't know how much you have in your stock portfolio, but if you do interactive brokers and you have more than 100 grand, it's 1%. They let you borrow at 1%. So that means you can borrow 100 grand from them, and it costs you $1,000 a year to borrow 100 grand.
So I could basically okay. So I did see that, but I didn't know what it was, so I didn't get it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look into that because I see like I started options like 3 months ago, and okay, so I'll definitely check that out. I saw that in there, and I didn't click on it because I was like, oh, I don't know
If
what
you
that
have
is. I'm trying
more,
to get
if you have
huh.
more than 50, if you have more than $50,000, they also do a stock yield program. So let's just say you have $50,000 of stocks. As long as
Okay.
you do your own options on those stocks, they pay you 4.5%. So let's say I had 100 grand, they'll literally pay you $4.5 grand a year just to let your stocks sit in Interactive Brokers. Isn't that
So
crazy?
that's awesome. But say, okay, so I bought some Apollo. I think I told you about Apollo Management Group, because they bought Yahoo. So I was thinking that would actually, I made some good money off their options, and you might want to go check them out. But so if I have Apollo stocks, then I do the options as well, then I can't do that, correct? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
no. But remember, let's just say you have a $100,000 portfolio, and let's just say like 50,000 you do options and 50,000 are just stocks that you sit. You'll still get paid 4.5% on that 50,000 that you're not doing options on. Does that make sense? So it's
Okay,
just like the stocks that you, yeah, and that's why once again it's like really hard to beat Interactive Brokers just because like they let you borrow at 1%, and if you don't
yeah.
use your stocks, if you decide to just let your stocks sit there, they pay you another 4.5%. So that's some really, really good passive income, especially imagine if you're a millionaire, imagine now you got $1 million of stocks. That's 45 grand. They'll pay you 45 grand a year to just let your stocks sit there. And they let you
4%?
borrow four and
At
a half
4%?
percent. They pay 4.5%.
Okay. Does anybody else, like, does T Row do that?
I don't know. I just know Interactive Brokers does, and I have 2 accounts with them. I have one of
Okay.
my personal account, and then I don't know if you know this, but if you have an LLC, like a business, so my real estate company, we used to have like 100 grand sit in Bank of America, and we get 0, right?
Yeah.
We moved it all to Interactive Brokers, so now my real estate LLC, it owns stocks. We own Zillow, we own Redfin, and so instead of having our cash sit in a bank account, we buy stocks with our rent money, and then we're going to use those stocks as collateral to borrow and buy our next property. Because I think right now we have like 100 grand, and our goal is to get to maybe like 200 grand, and then we'll literally borrow 50 to 100 grand and use that as a down payment to buy another property instead of just letting cash sit in the account. Yeah, so a
So
business can own.
if that's an option that I have available with other stock platforms, because
Yeah,
yeah, I really look into that now that you're mentioning it. That's awesome. I'm glad you're.
yeah. So your pawn shop, imagine your pawn. You know how your mom has a pawn shop? She could technically, her pawn shop could start owning stocks. So then, like, the idle cash that sits in her business, she can be investing it. And if there's a lawsuit against her, they cannot collect the stocks that her pawn shop owns is separate, so they can't get it. If that makes sense.
So I'll have to see how, like, yeah, definitely. I'll have to see how it's set up because I know it's an S corp,
Yeah,
so it's
S
not an
corp can do it.
LLC.
S corp can
Okay.
do it though.
Okay.
Your S corp can own
Awesome.
stocks. So if any of you guys here have a corporation, and it really, like, if you have less than 100 grand of stocks, it's not a big deal. But if you have more than 100 grand of stocks, it might make sense to you to start having your business own stocks, just in case if you get into a lawsuit or like you get in a car accident and you hurt someone. If there's a lawsuit against you, they cannot go after your business's stocks, and vice versa. If your business gets sued, obviously you don't have to worry about your own stocks, but remember those stocks are going to be bad.
Stay, wait, Ryan, stay. We want you here. He's just popping in. Have a good he left. He's like just popping in to say hi. Left.
I was going to be like, have Ryan ask us a question. I want Ryan to ask us some questions. I'm sure he can ask some good questions since he can't do live.
He's so sweet. He's just popping in, and I know he wants to support, but like also at the same time, it's like stay. Let me see. I'm gonna be like, do you have any questions? But he left. Can I still send him a message?
So he's in my live stream right now. So Ryan, can you ask us some questions? Ryan, ask us
That's
some
all.
good questions, okay?
Yeah. Don't be sus and
And
leave.
so this is a good question. Have you guys heard of revocable or irrevocable trusts? I don't understand that yet. Do you?
Yeah. So, a revocable that has to do with like when you're doing and correct me if I'm wrong, but insurance world here also. It's basically like if you have a power of attorney for somebody or like so you could do things on their behalf if you want to like switch money around, sell a property. It depends if you there's 2 types. There's general power of attorney, which basically allows you Okay, so correction. It also allows you for like life insurance, but it's just saying that that person that you leave in charge, it's irrevocable, which means it doesn't mean that for in the state of Florida at least, it doesn't mean that you can never take them off. There are steps that you can, but if the person's like not able to like make decisions for themselves or aren't available. So there's two different kinds. There's one that allows you full power of attorney over the person's property, banking stuff, well-being. So there's different levels of it. But yeah,
Okay.
irrevocable and revocable just means that they're easily removable or not easily removable. Depends
Okay.
on the
So
content.
I want to bring this up that, I have an MBA. I had to spend 120 grand. And what's funny is I know MBAs that don't understand this. So it's just really interesting to see someone like yourself, who obviously you just started investing 8 years ago, but I feel like I'm talking to an MBA. Like I feel like you have an MBA.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And then this is a good one. This is a good question. Ryan asked us, why does Voyager pay 9% on the US dollar coin? Do you know why?
No,
So-
that's a good question.
Okay, so the reason why Voyager pays 9% on the US dollar, it's called fractional reserve banking, right? When you deposit $1,000 in Wells Fargo, they can now lend what is it, 10 times that, right? They can lend up to 10 grand. And so in a
Right.
way, Voyager is trying to entice you to leave your money there, because even though they pay you 9%, they're doing the same thing. They can do the fractional reserve banking and make other loans on your deposit, which then obviously makes them a profit. And you have to realize that the digital dollar is very popular outside of the US. Because imagine Wells Fargo can only do loans in America, right? I mean, I'm sure maybe they can do some foreign loans, but there's a lot of regulations. With crypto, a lot of people want dollars because there's a lot of banana republics where like their currency is constantly deflating. So they want to hold that US dollar coin. And guess who they go to? They go to these digital banks. They go to Voyager, they go to, whoever else, BlockFi. And so that's why there's such a big demand that they can pay you the 9%. Because remember, Voyager doesn't just do banking for people in America or Canada, right? They can do banking with anyone outside of the US, and it could be someone else who's borrowing the dollar coin, and then they go do whatever they want to do with it. So that's why the digital dollar can pay such a high interest rate, is because you can literally lend those digital dollars to anyone. There's no barriers, there's no middleman.
Awesome.
What do you think of Monero? Have you heard of Monero?
Briefly, I don't remember if it was like on TikTok or something. Monero.
Okay.
Tell me more
I
about it.
know about it. So it's been around since 2014. It's one of the first privacy coins. And so for the people trying to like not let the government find out where their crypto is going, that's why you would buy into Monero. It's a privacy coin. And then by the way, let's talk about crypto taxes, because I did watch a YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the guy on YouTube, the Clearwater tax guy,
No.
the Asian guy on YouTube. So he brought up some really cool things where, okay, so basically here it goes. If you're on Robinhood, you need to print out your end of the year tax statement because the IRS knows all of your trades. So if you're buying crypto on Robinhood, for sure you want to pull out that end of the year tax statement and report your crypto taxes, or you will probably get an audit. Okay. This is the crazy part. If you go to Coinbase right now or Gemini, they don't report. You have to self-report. So once again, if you get an audit, they can go to Gemini, they can go to Coinbase, and they can get your records. So even though they don't report, you should still consider, you have to pay like $60 and you can have someone else report it for you. But if you're going to do it on Coinbase or Gemini, even though they don't report, if you get like a big audit, and this is like you owing more than 10 grand, they'll probably find out. Now, if you want the real way where no one can get your information and the IRS can't get your information, and even mentioned this, KuCoin. If you do any of the crypto exchanges that are not in the US, even if there's an IRS audit, there's no way they can get the financial information. So if you're going to be doing shady, go ahead.
That's the KURU coin.
No. It's an exchange. It's KU and then coin. KU and coin. It's on my
Okay,
link
okay.
tree. If you want to,
Yeah.
if anyone here can sign up and get an account, but the way you would do it, this is why you would want to use KuCoin. Let's just say you right now are making 10,000 of passive income on Blockify. You have to report that. That's in America, right? Let's say you don't want to pay the 10,000. What you can do is take half your money and put it in KuCoin. Now you're only making 5,000 in Blockify, and you can report the $5,000 of income on Blockify. But your 5,000 that you make on KuCoin, you technically don't have to report it, but I don't know, maybe the IRS comes into the live stream. I'm just kidding. But so yes, if
Yeah.
you are doing
So
staking, if you're doing staking on KuCoin, technically there's no way the IRS can figure out how much money you've made.
if you're doing staking, it's different. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I was
and
like,
and and, and on Coinbase, you have to use this app. I had to pay $60. It's called Coin Tracker. Coin Tracker, you have to pay them and they will give you the end of the year tax statement. But once again, I wouldn't pay Coin Tracker unless you have more than like 20, 30 grand of crypto and you're doing a lot of trades. If you're doing a lot of trades and you got 20, 30 grand, like you should probably report it because the IRS will probably come get you.
I feel like I need a pen and a piece of paper right now.
Well,
Normally,
here's the deal. I'm gonna
uh-huh.
put our live stream. I forgot to put yesterday's live stream, but both of our live streams yesterday and today, I'll put it on YouTube. So you can just go on YouTube and you can keep replaying it until it makes sense on YouTube.
I'm gonna be like, wait, pause,
Yeah.
write it down. Okay,
And you're
awesome.
YouTube famous. Because now, I haven't done it yet, but once I put both of these live streams on YouTube, you're technically YouTube famous. You have to let your friends know.
I believe you.
Let your
I
daughter
believe
know.
you.
You let your
Yeah,
daughter know. Mommy's YouTube famous.
damn, pretty cool. Yeah, right. She'll be like, Mom, you're still dead. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
So
kids. Say
Ryan left
again.
a comment. Ryan was like, I, no joke, take notes on people's lives. That's what Ryan
Wow,
said.
it's awesome. Is he
Yeah.
still there?
He's still on my live stream, but I'm sure he jumps in and jumps out. So, but yeah, he was on my live stream. So, but okay, so Monero, once again, I just want people to know if you are holding Monero, it's a lot harder for them to basically track your transactions. But if it's like Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's a public blockchain. And once again, you have to be a big fish. Like you have to have millions and millions of dollars. But the IRS actually invested in technology to find people with big transactions on the public blockchains. So if you're moving like $2-3 million of Bitcoin, the IRS is going to be watching that, and if they can identify that it's like a US IP address, they're going to come get you. And that's why you might want to consider using privacy coins. But once again, you have to have
Yeah,
millions of dollars in crypto.
we have people that don't live like in the U.S., like Dubai and Belize and all those. Like they don't have this like tax stuff going on. Like
Yeah, and the
what the heck?
government's not that crazy. I mean, the only government that's going to spend money on tracking like crypto whales, it's probably the EU, probably the US, maybe like China, because also there's like, some wealthy people, but like most small governments, they're not going to care. Like it's like you wouldn't have to worry about it. But once again, this is a problem to have when you're a whale. So like literally you need to have millions in crypto before you
I
worry
want
about this problem.
this No, it's like my mom. No, like honestly, my mom for years she's always like, "Oh, the IRS, the IRS," and I'm like, "Mom, the IRS isn't that bad. Just pay your taxes, blah blah blah." And then like a couple years ago, I realized how much those taxes are. I'm like, "Oh, you poor thing." I realize it now. Like they kill you. They try to take all your money, and now with these, oh, we won't go there. Anyways, yeah.
So, so someone asked a good question. Have you been able to write off your crypto and stock gains? So stock is really easy because your broker will give you a report. For crypto, this is why I use the coin tracker. Believe it or not, I bought some crap coins and I sold some crap coins at a loss. So this year, or sorry, in 2020, I'm getting a $3,700 deduction because I brought some crap coins that I sold at a loss. So even though I have like, I want to say like maybe 15 or $20,000 of passive crypto income coming in, at least I get a $3,000 deduction or $3,500. And in order for me to find it, because I use so many exchanges, is I had to use the coin tracker. And unfortunately, I had to pay them $60, but the $60 is technically a tax write-off. But yeah, so this year, or sorry, in 2020, I did report a $3,500 crypto loss, but I needed to have coin tracker to go through all of my trades to be able to find it, to be able for me to report it. So
Well, definitely, I'm gonna write that down so I know where to go. And I'm
okay,
learning.
yeah,
I mean,
no, it'll all be on
I bet
YouTube.
like
It'll be all on YouTube.
if you could like is your name the same? Because I tried looking you up. I think like a day ago. Is
Yeah,
it
if you do
Cinity?
Cena Dean Bitcoin, you have to probably put in Bitcoin. Cena Dean and then put in Bitcoin or BTC. I should come up. Or you just click on my profile link. I have a link tree on my profile, and you just scroll all the way down, and there's a YouTube link. So if you click on the YouTube, it'll take you to the YouTube channel.
Very cool. And how are you recording it on here? Like you're recording it like the
So
whole.
TikTok allows me to download the entire live session. So it's always embarrassing because like the first like 2 minutes of all my live streams is just me like, just like looking at the screen because there's no one there, and I
Yeah.
look like kind of like a tool.
Yeah.
But I figure you fast forward through that, and then basically the entire live stream, I download it and then I just upload it on YouTube, and that way anyone can watch it and hopefully learn. But also I want to use this because it'll be cool like 3 years from now, 5 years ago, we'll talk about like, oh, Ethereum's like 3,000, and we'll all be like, damn it, I wish I bought more. Like, what? Bitcoin was 40,000? Like, God, it was so cheap.
I mean, there's so many speculations out there, and there's like a lot of people that are like, oh, not between you and I, because obviously but they're all like, oh, Bitcoin's gonna go away, Ethereum's gonna go away. The only thing that's gonna be left is the Flare network, which I wanted to talk to you about. But there's so much speculation out there. Like when I sold my Dogecoin, I was like, everyone's like, okay, so I worked with the finance manager, and he's just like, what are you doing? You're such a smart girl, but you're wasting so much time and energy on like options with Tesla and Doge. And I started listening to other people, which was my first mistake. So I got a little down on myself, and I'm like, what am I doing with this Dogecoin? He's like, yeah, you're never gonna make money. Go to Bitcoin, blah blah blah. So there I went. I sold like 1 million Dogecoin in February. I'm like, yeah, this is garbage. I'll make my 7 grand, call it a day. And yep. I was like, dang it. So I think we don't know what's gonna happen. We definitely don't know what, we get lucky, if we don't get lucky, what's gonna come, what's gonna go. There's a lot of speculation out there. So it will be definitely interesting to watch this in a couple years.
Yeah,
And be like, oh,
if anyone acts like a guru and they know everything, they're probably scamming you, because like that's the most honest thing. Like no one knows the future. No one could have predicted Dogecoin. So you're completely right. And this is actually a good question. I'm going to ask you this. What made you interested in stocks and crypto after college?
after college, I think I was in college when I was doing stocks and crypto.
What got you
So
interested?
I was bored at work, and I heard of this. Well, I knew about stocks beforehand, and I had sold some back in like '08 to buy my first house, and I bought when the market was low because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Oh man, it was a mess. Now knowing what I had back then, I'm like, oh, again. But I was sitting at work one day and I was bored, and I started an investment online, and I forgot about it. Actually, I set it all up. I put money into it and I forgot about it. And probably like a year later, I'm like, oh yeah, I have an account with like Motif, and I went back in there and I'm like, holy cow, like it did really well. Like it was buying stocks for itself. Like I set it up really well. I think I was doing like solar systems at that time, photovoltaic. So yeah, I was like, why did I ever stop doing this? This is pretty awesome. And I got really lucky. So yeah, my
Yeah,
story.
for me, I grew up in a affluent area. It's probably the similar of like Palm Beach, right? Like I grew up in Newport Beach, which is a lot like Palm Beach, in Florida. And what I noticed is because before I moved to Newport Beach, I lived in Indiana, and like Indiana's just like all normal people with like normal jobs. And the one thing I notice about rich people is they own a lot of assets. And when I say assets, they own real estate, obviously, they own stocks. And back then there wasn't crypto when I graduated, because I graduated college in '08, probably the same time as you. And so that's what got me interested, because I saw these really rich people not work. Like I had a friend who his dad was like basically a like money manager or whatever. And literally we would go to his house. We would ditch school like when we were in college or high school. And we go and his dad would be at a pool smoking a joint because his dad's like a stoner. So he'd be like in, in a $5-6 million house, smoking a joint, and like doing a couple of like stock trades. And he was like telling me like, what does your dad do? I'm like, oh, he's like a surgeon. And he's like, ha, 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 that guy actually has to go do like a surgery where like, I buy real estate, I buy stocks, and I make more money while I'm sleeping than, your poor dad that has to go do like, back surgery on someone. So that really went stuck in my mind. It's stuck, but it's stuck in my mind, and it's kind of messed up that this world rewards people like that, because like in reality those are the people that really make the retarded amount of money. It's not the workers. Like even the surgeons, they don't really make as much money as the owner of the hospital, right? Like the guy who owns the hospital or owns the surgery center, that's the guy that makes like the retarded money, not the owner of capital, right? The people that own the capital, they're the ones that make like retarded money, and they don't really work. Where like the actual skilled labor, yeah, you get paid some money and it's nice, but at the end of the day it's not going to ever be what the capitalist, the guy who owns the bank, the guy who owns the business, they're going to always make a lot more. And at the same time, like why worry about starting like an Amazon drop shipping when I can just buy a little bit of Amazon stock? And that way all those drop
Right.
shippers that are like telling you, oh, I made all this money, it's like, well, I make money off of Amazon stock.
And it's kind of like when my mom opened up her travel agency, she was working night and day, and she realized she's like, she had a computer programmer that she was paying money to, and basically she would pay these computer programmers to come in and set up her stuff, and she ended up learning how to computer program just by sitting next to them. She's like, you know what, I'm going to learn this. And she would stay up till like for 6 hours, 9 hours throughout the night, and I'd be like, Mom, go to bed. And she's like, I'm working. I'm like, what is she doing? Computers back then, I mean, I was like, really young. She just learned how to computer program basically, and started something called Discount Cruises, sold that, made $1 million, then went to cheapcruises.com, which was one of the biggest travel agencies in the world. She sold it for buco bucks, retired at 45. I want to beat her at that age though. She got to retire, and it's like she worked her butt off night and day at the travel agency, and then just through computers and learning how you can actually program something to connect with so many other people. So I definitely believe in the computer world.
Can we get your mom
And
on? Oh, you got a phone call. I was gonna be like, can we get your mom on the live stream? She's like, we need to interview your mom. She owns like a pawn
I was,
shop. She's like started like your mom needs to
well,
have a TikTok.
yeah, I know. I told her that. She goes, I don't go on that. I was like, all right, fine, suit yourself. Yeah, no, I was gonna drive like earlier. You're like, oh, can you hop on live? I'm like, well, I was driving yesterday. I drive a lot. I drive from Tamarack to Parkland all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna go see her later. So
Okay,
yeah.
can we do a double live stream with your mom? I mean, get her to agree, but can we do this and ask your mom questions of like, how do we sell a company for $1 million? That should be the
For sure.
name of the one.
For sure. I'll let her know. I'll be like, hey mom, hop on here. She'll be like, what? You're crazy.
How did
But
she become such
no.
an entrepreneur? Like, like what made her choose entrepreneurship? Like, she just left the travel agency.
So I think it just started when she was really young. My grandfather, my grandmother, they owned like shoe stores, and we didn't grow up wealthy, but we grew up good. We always had like worked really hard the 9 to 5, and she just learned how to monopolize on that, and just had that work ethic behind her, and learn from the corporate world, and then put that with hard work, and yeah.
So if you're going to give advice to your daughter right now, what would you tell your daughter? So like, would you recommend your daughter go to college? Would you tell her work first? Like, how are you going to train your daughter to become like your mom?
She's already like my mom now. Thank you. She's already enough like her. I'd like her to be a little less. She wants to be a pediatrician, my daughter. So that's great. She's not, and like my daughter actually comes from the insurance world, financial world as well on her other end, on her, you know, other family's end. So, yeah, so I think she would have it in her to do either or own her own business and or become a doctor. I'm just proud of her regardless. I think pushing someone towards their like goals is not, you know, ultimately what you want to do. You want to kind of let them find their own way, because when you try to do that, it just ends up being a mess. So I'll be proud of her and
That's
I'll
some good
support
parenting
her.
right now. I love this live stream. We do stock talk, we do entrepreneurship, and we also do parenting. We got everything covered on this TikTok.
Any questions about parenting? Yeah. So
Yeah, that's really, really cool. But okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the gym, but I will put both of our live streams on here. And
okay.
definitely, if you don't mind, like I'll give you some time. I'm gonna message you my number so you can text me. But definitely, if you can talk to your mom, and if you got other people that we can just like pick their brains, because like obviously they're a generation older than us, and we can kind of like just ask them questions and we can share the information. It'd be really, really cool.
Absolutely. I'll do that. That sounds great. So
Then
yeah, send me your
if
number
you
and I'll ask my mom, you know, when's the next time she'll be available. She travels a lot, so we'll see. I
And our
know.
goal is to get you more followers than Ryan. I know Ryan will get so pissed. He got to get you. So if you guys don't mind, please follow Jolly. You can just click on her profile, or I guess it's this way. Click on her profile, give her a follow, and we're gonna try to do more dual lives like this, where we try to interview maybe successful people we know, and our goal is to get her more followers than Ryan. We're coming for you, Ryan.
Is he there?
I don't think so. I don't think he's there anymore. But we're doing this, all right? We're conspiring to get Jolly more followers than Ryan. But it's crazy how fast he grows. Like, does Ryan have more followers than me now? Because I remember when I first followed him, he was like at like 3,000 or 4,000, and then it just blew up, and he just went to the
Yeah.
moon.
Pretty good content though. So do you. You guys like post every day. You're very like thorough about it, methodical. Like you actually post stuff that matters. Me, I'm kind of like, hey, I'm here, blah blah blah. I didn't really know. I used it secretly, like I told you guys, to originally stalk my daughter and be like, what is she up to? And then I was like, oh wow, there's like financing on here. There's people that actually post affiliated marketing and content, and I was like, I'm really interested in that. So that's why I came on here. But yeah, definitely.
So to give you advice is I would use the Stitch. Have you ever used Stitch? The Stitch on your TikToks?
I think so. I think I used
So
one
that's what I
stitch.
would recommend, because for me, it's really hard to come up with content to constantly post. But believe it or not, like you have a really good background and like your opinion matters. I think people like will care. So if you start following, like insurance people and stock people, you can do a stitch and you can either agree with them or disagree with them. And I think that's like a
Okay.
really easy way to build up a following. But to be honest, too, doing these lives, I don't know if you realize, but when you do these lives, TikTok for whatever reason, whatever content you post that day, it like throttles it. So what
Okay.
I do is I want to like teach you my secret. So what I do is I wake up in the morning, like usually because this is the easiest, and like I'll literally just open my TikTok and I'll usually do like three. I think you only have to do three. I'll do three stitches and I'll usually respond to three comments. And then all
Okay.
I do is I'll do my live stream. Like right now, you and I, as we're live streaming, I get way more follows, way more comments. Because we're doing content live, all of our normal TikTok stuff, it gets throttled. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've been doing. And I've noticed by at least posting 3 times a day and then doing at least one live, you do get like TikTok rewards you and it gives you a lot more followers, and at the same time, it's really cool because the more and more I do this, I meet really smart people. Like I'm like really, really happy I met you. I'm really, really happy I met Ryan just because, I don't go to school anymore. Like they always say in business, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so my network
Absolutely.
was kind of dying. Like I spent 120 grand. I went to USC. I made some really good connections. And believe it or not, I stopped talking to a lot of people because I graduated in 2015. And what's funny is people at USC I went to school with, they're finding my TikTok and they're reconnecting with me. They're like, hey, like, remember me from USC? So in a way, it's like these people that I should be keeping my connections with that I forgot about, they're re-finding me on TikTok, and it's cool. And like I keep telling them, like, get 1,000 followers so we can do a double live. Get 1,000 followers so we can do a double live.
Absolutely. It's me,
Yeah.
Mario. Yeah, it's kind of funny when people on my Facebook find my TikTok and I'm just like so I've got
But
to
you're good
start
at
putting
it.
more money. Huh?
You're good at it. I feel like you're good at it. I feel like, especially at least for lives, you're pretty good at it. And I think that if you continue and you go down the rabbit hole, not only will you get more followers than your daughter, so she'll get jealous, but you'll make a lot of really cool connections. Like, this is like, in my opinion, this is like the new MBA. Like, if you want to learn more about computer programming, you can follow other computer programmers. You want to learn more about crypto, you follow people that do crypto. And because you're able to do these double lives, we can literally, like I said, you were a stranger and then you became a moderator. But the more and more we do this, it's like, no, now I really know you. And if I have insurance questions, I'll probably hit you up.
Definitely. Don't hit me up the day of if something happens. I've had people get mad at me because I didn't pick up my phone and they were in a car accident. I'm like, but I'm not even your insurance agent. And you were calling me at like at 2 a.m. I can't
So
give you advice.
I don't know if I told
No,
you
but
this, but my house caught on fire. Did I tell you this? And Lemonade was insuring my house, and like it's been like a grind. Yeah.
wow.
So maybe the next
Well,
time
with
we do a live stream, let's talk about it, because I really regret using Lemonade. I probably should have used, what is it, State Farm or like Farmers, because I heard that the more expensive insurances, they just pay out, where like the cheap ones, I heard Safeco is the worst, right? Have you heard of Safeco?
Safeco, they're not the worst here in Florida. United is the worst here in Florida, and sorry if anybody works for those companies, but yeah. And Ocean Harbor actually pays for their stuff now, but they don't do homes, so it depends on which company it is. So you're in California,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
guys have Safeco?
We have Safeco. I use Lemonade. I know the stock is really popular, but I used Lemonade, and right now, like, they're not paying me. They're doing more investigating. But what sucks is my house caught on fire like 2 months ago. So like March 15th, my house caught on fire. They've given me zero. So I've been
Wow.
sitting here now for like, it's going to be 3 months where I'm, paying my mortgage, and, my clothes caught on fire, my furniture caught on fire, and it's like, they're investigating.
Some companies you have to fight them tooth and nail. They could take over like up to 2 years. If it's a company, especially if it goes under, it can take up to 2 years to settle. So FEMA will have to kick in and like help you out. I hope it doesn't get to that point. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to give them a little bit more time. But did you go through their personal property? And there's a section here in Florida, and I want to say it's part of the Magic Knot. The Magic Knot ties in with Florida, California, Missouri, Alabama. So we're like all like our states regulations kind of intertwine when it comes to insurance. I want to say if you call them and just say, hey, under your Part D, it should be like your loss, your stuff that's like your personal property, and like you can't use your home, so you have to rent a place. Are you renting another location?
So what's cool is I got a public adjuster. Have you ever used public adjusters? They take 10% of the claim, but they're, oh, you're a
I
public
never
adjuster?
have. No,
Oh.
well, I have my 220 license and my 215, but no, I'm like the opposite. I'm like supposed to be anti-public adjusters, even though some of my friends are attorneys, but like insurance.
So for now, I'm glad I have the public adjusters. They seem kind of like a waste in the beginning, but right now, because they're taking such a long time, I'm kind of glad that I gave them the 10%. And then also, like, the insurance company asked for a bunch of stuff, and it's just so much easier to have like the public adjuster deal with them. But I don't
Thank you,
know.
money.
Like, I should have
Yeah.
hired you, because they're saying my claim is going to be up to $500,000. So that means the public adjuster is getting $50,000. So I should have hired
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I can't charge you. I would never charge you for something like that. I can never make money off of people. Like it's really bad. I'm really bad about that. But I would never charge you.
Hey, we're the same.
So
You got to put
huh?
the hashtag never sell. So there's another person I do TikToks with. Her name's Amber. Have you heard of Just Money One? And
Just
so
money
our
one.
motto is never sell you anything. So like I think she put in her profile, if you put in there, it's called
We should
hashtag never sell.
we should have like a crew and like wear a shirt, hashtag
Yeah,
never sell
yeah,
out. Never sell out.
yeah,
How about that?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
Because I wanted to get like a YOLO Bitcoin T-shirt, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a sellout and make people like I want you to buy Bitcoin. I don't want you to buy my YOLO Bitcoin T-shirt. You know?
exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Like I would never sell someone knowledge that I have. I'm just bad like that. I don't know.
No,
So
that's maybe
and
why
yeah,
we're together doing
yeah,
TikTok lives together. I feel like that's the motto, and maybe in the future this is like the motto that people decide like, hey, these people that sell me stuff, it's like in their interest to sell me crap, and so maybe I should follow people that don't sell me stuff because they're gonna just give me the honest truth. Your
absolutely.
phone's
I was getting
blowing
a
up.
call.
Yeah.
Well, I won't keep you because I know you're going to the gym and
Yeah.
definitely awesome live like always. Thank you for walking me through this. I'm
Yeah,
not
and I don't
very
know about you, but like I literally got like 4 follows right now. Like whenever you go live, there we go. I
really.
got follows. Yeah, like let me give him a thing. So Miss Moxie followed me, Prince Kemp followed me, 1 2 3 4 5 6 followed me. Yeah, I get a bunch of follows. You're not getting follows right now?
I do think so. I think it would have notified me, right? It would have said
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
So
yeah,
not
yeah.
yet. As I go,
But
getting better at whatever it is.
okay. All right,
Alrighty.
well, I'll let you go. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and then yeah, I'll message you right now. I'll DM you my number, and I'll send you the YouTube link too.
Sounds good.
Right, thank
Thanks.
you
You
very
guys
much.
have a
We
good day.
definitely need to talk more about insurance. I definitely like in the next live stream, I want to talk to you more about insurance, especially as I deal with this $500,000 claim.
Yeah, pick my brain. I mean, it could be useful for something. I mean, even if it's like a restoration company, unfortunately, I don't know anybody over there. But yeah, like just seeing what they're doing for you so far, I could definitely check it out, see how I can help.
Okay, I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Have
Thank you very much.
you too. Bye.
All right, I'm going to do these comments really quick so I can get off. So the top 3 coins in 10 years, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. That's easy. This was a great TikTok. Keep it up. Thank you. When is the next live? Maybe tonight. If not tonight, I always go around 9 o'clock California time, noon, around noon Eastern. I want to learn how not to pay taxes. Well, you got to learn how to invest. That's how you learn how to not pay taxes. But okay, cool, guys. I'm gonna end this live stream, and thank you very much for watching. And I'm gonna put it on YouTube. So if you click on my profile link, you click on my link tree. There's a link to my YouTube, or I believe if you just YouTube Cena Dean Bitcoin, my YouTube channel will come up. There we go. I like that. 4,000 Bitcoin, 2,000 Ethereum. I would get some Cardano. I would definitely get like $1,000 of Cardano. Maybe wait for the price to come down. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day.